Hi everyone. First of all, thanks for watching this video. This video is mostly about AWS IAM. Myself, Praveen, I'm working as a cloud engineer. So let's get into the video. Now you can see this is the AWS management console page where this is the common page. Whenever you get a sign in and authentication, you'll be getting to this page. Okay. Now, whenever you want to go to any other services, you can click just search for IAM. This video is mostly about IAM, so I'm using the IAM and click enter and you'll be going ahead to the IAM page. Okay, now you can see in the left side where access management, under access management, user groups, users, policies, roles. So these are the key components of our AWS IAM, guys. So now I will explain about what is user roles and policies. Okay, now you can consider AWS IAM is mostly used for authentication and authorization. Okay. Now the AWS account is in private, right? So whenever an external user need to connect to our AWS account, they need to have an authentication. So that authentication can be given by one of the key components called users. So using that users, you can give an authentication to our AWS account. And right now I will show you an example. Consider this is an AWS account. You will be having this is the common page. These are the different number of services that you have. Now an external user need to connect to our AWS account. They need to have an authentication to access our account. So for that authentication, we will be using the user to give an authentication to our AWS account. So now whenever the user comes into our management console, we need to give an authorization to access the service. For giving an authorization, we will be using the policy for the users to give authorized to any of the AWS services, guys. So this is the policy, main role of the policy. Now let's see the what is a group. The another key component is called group, which is groups. And here you can see there are n number of peoples and n number of policies. Right now you have a consider that you have three persons team leads. So they need to have a same access to our AWS services, guys. So for that we can able to give to each person by manually and in their user page. But the best practice is that you can create a group where you can attach the three users to the same place, and you can attach the some policy once. So once the policy is attached, the persons inside the group, all the one will have the same policy size, so everyone can authorize the services. Okay, so this is the AWS groups, and we will be going to see about role. Now consider this external user need to connect to our AWS account and use our say AWS services. Will be users and policy. Now, if any of the AWS service need to connect, speak to another service, so that they do not have the any AWS policies. So we need to give a policy for that. We will be using the role concept. So let's consider if an EC2 or VPC or S3 need to speak to each other, or if the EC2 need to get data from the S3, they need to have a policy, right? So for that policy, we will be using the role. So role is like the EC2 will assume the role and will get the data from the S3. Okay. For an end user, we will be using the users and policy. For an service to get a connect to S3 or to retrieve any data, we will be using the role. So let's see the demo of how it's working. Okay. So this is the common page that I mentioned. This is the common page. Whenever you get an access to our AWS account, this page will be visible to you. So you can go to the IAM and you can click on and enter. So this is the IAM page. Now you can go to the users. This is the place where you will be creating a user. Just I will be creating a user like Ram, and I will be giving an AWS management console. This is the management console option where you'll be getting to this page. and I'll be giving an IAM user, and it's an auto generated password, or you can give an custom password. And you can, here you can check the box whether if a user come log into the first time, then you need to get sign in. So if the users need a sign in, if you want to give a sign in to the user to change the password, you will be using this sign in checkbox click, and then you can go to the next. And this is the place for the first time. If you are coming, then you can directly attach the policies like S3 read only policy. This read only policy is a AWS managed policy. So I just go and check AWS managed job function and click on the policies. So you can also add use to the group if you are having the group. So you can able to use this, but if I am not giving the groups right now, so I'll be attaching policies directly. So I am attaching the read only policy and clicking next. And this is the review and create page. Whether if all the details are entered are okay, then you can go ahead and create user. Right now you can see this is the, right now just go to the return, go click the return to users list. First you need to download this file to send to the user who need to get login. So just click on download a CS file, and I can download it, just save it. And now the external user can use this account, use this URL and the username and the password to get login to this page. Okay, this is the how we can able to create a user. So I just returning to the page, users page. Now you can see the user is created. Just click on the user. You can see now the user has the read only policy. Now what we do is the user can able to log into our AWS account, and he will be having a read only access for all the services in our AWS account. Okay, so using this is the place like we are giving an authentication and authorization to an external user. Now we will see what is a group. Now this is the page for user group, and I'll be clicking create group. For just consider I'm creating for project leads. So you can, if you have created a user, you can directly attach them. Just I'm giving attaching the ROM to this user, and I will be creating another policies like S3 full access, right. Just I'm created a user group with the name project leads, and I have attached the user one user like ROM, and I have given the policies permissions like S3 full access, right. So this is how you can able to create a user groups, and you can attach the usernames and permissions. This is the change policy. You can also add a number of users by clicking the add users button. For this, you need to have an user first create. For you should create the user first, and you should attach to the group. Okay. In the same, you can also attach the attached policies directly, or you can create an inline policy. Inline policy is nothing but you are just specifying the policy in that place, which cannot be able to access from other users, and we cannot able to assign this to another user. Okay, now I just created a user group and I explained you, and I'll be going to her policies roles. Okay, now what I explained is role is we'll be giving an authorization to an service to connect to another service. Okay, right now as you can see, just I created a different service roles previously for code deploy role and EC2 role access. Like the one I will create you now, right. Here, the trusted identity means you will be mentioning which service should need to talk to which service. Right now, the parent service, right? This is the parent service that we need to talk to other service. The trusted identity is mentioning the parent service. This is the AWS service. Right now, I can give an EC2. Now, I need EC2 to talk to S3. So, I'll be giving EC2, and I'll be giving the, you can choose any of the services if it's okay with this. Then now click next. Now I need EC2 to talk to S3 full access. Now I just using a S3 and click on next and next. You can give the role name as meaningful name so that you can able to understand what's the role speaking talking about. So you can give EC2 role to S3, EC2 role for S3 full access. This is the trusted policy that is created. This principle is like which one is going to uh, get the permissions from S3. So EC2 is going to only speak to the S3. So that's why I'm using that EC2 and create role. Now the role is created. Now we need to attach the role to EC2 unless it will not work. So we need to attach the role to EC2 so that only that EC2 can able to speak to the S3 and get the data or retrieve data based on the policies. It can able to do the actions. So this is how you can able to create a role. I mentioned like policies like giving an authorization. So you'll be having different n number of policies. So you can see customer manager, which is a policy that is managed by us. Right now, if we are creating a new policy, it will be shown under custom manage. And AWS manager is the policy that is able to completely managed. Here you can see billing, read only access, right? That and all types is completely all policies, which is an authorization. So going to give an authorization to any of the services like S3, Cognito, you can come on here and you can give this. So this is how the users, groups, roles, and policies will work. Thanks for watching this video.